Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Paranormal News. Tonight's article comes from newsport.com, and the headline is Alien Ruins Found on Mars in the Region of Elysium Planitia. It was posted on September 10th, 2021. One fascinating finding made on Mars includes various buildings, including ones that seem to have been constructed by technologically advanced creatures. These are presumably the remains of an ancient alien civilization. Humanity would not worry twice if it detected sentient life on another world. However, it is the case that the presence of extraterrestrial life on Mars is just one phase away from Earth. Because of this, NASA likes for the planet to stay in the shadow. It is the U.S.'s plan to hold the findings secret to see whether NASA could detect some extraterrestrial innovations that might help the world. Picture this. You come across a faulty machine on Mars, but to learn that the computer's artificial intelligence is totally new to us. The NASA software is loaded into existing technologies and used to monitor the planet. This is the most possible result. For facts, you just have to look at the pictures. Something seems to have been constructed on Mars artificially. There are objects on the surface of the red planet that are sometimes found in different photos, such as NASA's MRO, which has been mapping the whole planet for decades. With a diameter half that of Earth, Mars is just a third as large. It has a surface area nearly equivalent to the overall land area of Earth. Although Earth has a density of 15% of its volume and 11% of its mass, this produces around 38% of Earth's gravity on the planet. The atmosphere of Mars is identical to the surface of Earth in several respects. Researchers also concluded that Mars was even more Earth-like in the past, with an atmosphere, seas, lakes, and rivers on the planet's floor. While NASA revealed that Mars may have sustained life as we know it, the red planet's environment was destroyed and the circumstances on the planet no longer resembled life as we know it. In agreement with physicists, a celestial phenomenon such as a rapid reversal and rotation of the magnetic field triggered the gradual destruction of our neighbor's atmosphere. Once it was welcoming, but now it has been destroyed. However, this happened years before. If this is valid, perhaps Mars was more appropriate as a location for alien life to grow, since it was much colder and wetter while it was younger. Every day, fresh photographs from Mars expose a mystery that was previously unseen. Millions of photos from the red planet have been evaluated by alien seekers across the globe during the last 2 years. They assume these photos display objects on the surface of the Earth that seem to be man-made. Areas on the planet of Mars filled with photos discovered by data from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. Buildings unclear. Elysium Planitia, situated along the equator of Mars, is home to many buildings that have fueled a long-running online discussion regarding the existence of ancient life on Mars. Would the photos be deemed controversial? The NASA MRO Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter carried them into space. Strange anomalies on Mars. Due to the MRO's images and eventual imaging of the Earth by the space agency, astoundingly big craters, obvious. Astronomers can't clarify the secondary craters on the Moon, which, shown by the details in the maps it has acknowledged by the United States Space Agency, that it has no conclusive solution to this riddle. The photos featured above are only the tip of the iceberg, as it comes to the majority of the planet's surface, buildings. Experts researching the surface of Mars considered these structures to prove that an ancient culture might have once occupied the Earth. What? I think they mean Mars there. This article's hard to get through. I mean, would it kill these people to get an editor to actually edit the writing? It's atrocious. But that, thank God, is the end of this article. And the main reason I wanted to do this one is not for the stellar writing, but I wanted to look at these pictures with you. So here is photograph number 1. Now, on first look, you might think, well, these are just impact craters. You know, they're round circular craters where some sort of meteor, asteroid, comet, something has hit the planet and put a big ass hole in it. But if you notice, inside the crater is another structure. So it's almost donut shaped. And I don't know of too many meteors or asteroids that are donut shaped that go and make a perfect donut shaped hole in the side of the planet. So it definitely looks like it is something that is either created or possibly a natural phenomenon that has occurred, although I'm not aware of any that would cause something that looks like that. And so uniform. I mean, there's like 5 of them here. So it's not like it's something that is just random. And that would be another thing that would make you think that some sort of impact couldn't explain this, because there's multiple. Maybe a cluster of meteors, like an asteroid was coming and broke up and a cluster hit, but then how do you explain the middle section that's still there? They'd have to be a cluster of perfectly donut-shaped meteors, and that doesn't make any sense either. So that's the first photograph. The second photograph is a ring-looking structure on the surface. It is essentially stone that is above the surface in a circle. And as we know from many, many different places, circles don't appear very often in nature like that. Not perfect circles. Usually, you might have something that's like an oblong shape or something like that, but usually you're not going to have a perfect circle like this just naturally form. So that would probably mean that this was the base of some sort of structure at one time, the foundation of some circular tower or something. That's definitely a possibility. Or it could have just been some sort of primitive monolith-like thing, like Stonehenge or something like that, that they built. Who knows? But it doesn't appear to be natural. This next photograph is a blown-up version of the first photograph, to where we can see a little bit more detail into these crater-type anomalies. And as you get a little more blown-up view of it, you can see they're not actually circular. They look almost like a nut, like you would put on a bolt. That's what they look like, a gigantic nut. And it's weird because the little middle section could be the bolt. Now, I understand they're not actually giant nuts and bolts, but that's just what they look like to me. Very interesting stuff. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think this is. I mean, it's not an impact crater, I don't think, because you have those middle sections. And if it was an impact crater, it would look like the Grand Canyon or something. It'd just be one big hole. It wouldn't have the middle section that's still there in like a donut or a nut and bolt kind of shape. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think it is, and as always, it is up to you to make up your own mind, and I will catch you on the next one. Until I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.